what YouTube has shown is the fact that people will create a lot of content if you give them the right tools. And that if you give them the right place to express that content, then they will put it there.
I really think that there isn't that much difference between a traditional media company source and a user-generated source, like CNN versus a video blogger. The only difference is brand and a sort of longer history of trustworthiness. But actually, many people have a lot of trust for somebody that's an individual that they know, that they understand. Most video bloggers, almost all, actually give us the full content. Whereas when we work with traditional media companies, very, very few give us the full content. And it's all about control. They really still believe that part of what you like about watching their news is that you see it with their logo and in their environment and so on. Bloggers are more interested in the content and the dissemination of the content than they are necessarily about the ownership experience of the content. So today, I think it's the bloggers and the podcasters who appreciate the power of that open media more than the traditional companies do.
The future of the main broadcaster is bleak at this point in time. It's not that they don't see it. They are individuals on the internet as well, so they see it. They simply don't have the ability organizationally to do anything about it. And there are lots of reasons for that. Like I said, copyright rules, contractual obligations with, it's a morass of obligations. There's the other factor, which is really makes their future very bleak, is that they can't control how their content gets distributed anymore. And I think one of the things that is going to happen to them is the sort of upheaval that's taking place in the audio distribution industry, right? Where that was a leading edge that happened like 5 years ago or more with Napster and so on and so forth. And they're bleeding. Nobody seems to like them, right? I mean, RIA seems to have a reputation that's not very well liked on the net, and the net is the people. But I think Google buying YouTube has really pulled their teeth. YouTube by itself was eminently suable, just like Napster was, right? With the power of Google behind it, I think Google has the ability to tell them to back off and figure out a new business model. There's a $1.2 trillion industry in the US for advertising. User-generated content is good, but user-generated content mixed together with commercial content is even better.
You can sell your own ads and, giving a cut. And I think models like that, that's going to solve a lot of the privacy issues people have. I mean, there's such a reaction starting with advertising. I definitely think that'll change.
Now, if you turn the power of this $1.2 trillion onto the net truly, you could see some amazing business models start to take place, right? I think that's the next revolution, and that's coming. It'll come very quickly, and that's when the artists will suddenly realize that, yeah, this is all for good. It's just increasing the reach, right? And it's also allowing people to reach the niche very easily. And I think when broadcasters realize that they can reach the niche, they can make money from niche markets, the long tail, which is very difficult to reach, but is very lucrative. If once they start to reach that and the business models apply, they will fund the creative talent to feed that pipe, because that's the only way it'll work.
And what we began to realize is that there was this thing called the internet will become the equalizer for entertainment.